Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature, and today it is time for, as always on Mondays, our weekly painting progress. So early last week, I told you guys I was going to paint a bunch of Riot Quest expansion characters, and you know what? I did just that. So in front of us we've got Feora the Forsaken, and for a quick paint job, I think she turned out decent. Her eyes look kind of silly, but she's supposed to have those flames of vengeance in her eyes. She kind of missed whatever the Menoth equivalent of the Rapture is, or whatever that's going on with the whole Infernal storyline, but I thought for a quick and dirty paint job, she turned out pretty decent. Very Menothy. So there is Feora. Oh gosh, I can't remember her name. Des? She's from the starter set for Riot Quest. We got her finished up. Her eyes came out kind of blah, but everything else seems pretty decent. I'm happy with the rest of the results. She's finished. We're good enough. James, Hymus, whatever we want to call her. I don't like her name, but she turned out alright. We tried to get a mixture of different metallic colors in there, but it's good enough for me. She's big too. Helps when you can see her compared to somebody else. We got Harlow Hold'em High. He did get his eyes painted despite being so tiny, and he was kind of a boring one to paint. We tried to do some different colors in there, and it just all gets swallowed up by the darkness. And then we got, what's his name, Gubbin? I don't know, he's also one of the starter characters. I want to say he's called Gubbin because the flying one is called Flubbin. I know that one for sure. But he's got his firecrackers, explosives, his Zippo, and a batch dynamite to throw there. Fun times. So I am officially all caught up on my Riot Quest models for the time being. We got more coming. Stay tuned for that. We got Little Fenris finished up here. He was a mini crate model. I know I showed him off ages ago, but got him painted up because I was already painting so many privateer models. I figured, why not one more? And I have some uses for him in some games we're going to be playing soon, enough as it is. So we got him done. Okay, what else? We tried our hand at a couple more fawns from RGD Gaming. The results are alright, and that's more on me than it is the models themselves. I just wanted to get some more painted up so I can use them for whatever nefarious purposes we'll use them for on the table. In addition to them, we got one of their Centaur kits finished up. It is much more compact than I would expect for a Centaur, but it works. And his parts are actually all compatible with the fawns as well, so something to keep in mind. Going along that route with a similar company, if I can find where I put the models. I'm looking through the piles here. Went ahead and finished up another War Games Atlantic Afghani Resistance Fighter, and I thought I finished two more, and I don't know where they are now. I don't see. Okay, here's one. This guy's skin tone came out a little too dark. It almost looks more Indian now, but I think it's okay. He's got his little talwar there. I don't know where the third one is. I'm gonna have to find him. Okay. We got a Shield Wolf Shield Maiden, or Ranger. I don't remember what they were called. The crossbow girls. And she has no quiver, I just realized. That's not good. We'll have to fix that. Okay. Besides them, we got another Random Bones figure finished up. And I don't know what happened with her chin there. She getting sloppy with the food she was eating? I don't know. We'll have to fix that up. Anyway, she's just another random figure. We're trying to cut through the backlog. Speaking of cutting through the backlog, another WizKids Deep Cuts model. This is one of their Barbarians. Shock of Shocks. There's the other guy I was looking for. Another Random Bones figure. Obviously, this is a plastic one. And then we went ahead and finally finished up a bunch of mantic lower abyssals that were congesting on my painting table for quite some time. There should be another one. I don't know where he is now. Shoot. Oh well. Very simple paint jobs, but they're finished at least. And now it's time for me to actually go ahead and bust out the resin stuff from Vanguard that I have been sitting next to me for some time now on my table. I'll have to get those started up. And I think that was all of the actual... Oh, wait, no. I was going to say physical purchased models rather than 3D printed stuff. We have a Impact Heartbreaker Goblin here. One of the Kev Adams sculpts, and I gotta say, these really are cool models. If you guys ever interested in green skin stuff, if you like the goblins, I mean, they're really, really nice models. Have a lot of charm. I believe Tom from Impact was actually saying that the molds for these guys were better cast than the original ones in metal, so if you like those old school charm, definitely take a look at those. So the rest of the stuff that I have to show off for today is all prints that I printed, obviously, but didn't quite get there 100%. They had a bunch of defects, and I thought, you know what, rather than just toss them out, because that's silly after all that wasted resin, why not just slap some green stuff on them and get them back into shape. So we have a Skies of Sordain. I forget what their turtle dudes are called. He had a whole bunch of misprints on his legs, but thanks to some green stuff and me not showing you too much of the horrid results, he turned out alright. I really like that bionic arm. And I'm sure this stuff is going to be available for retail if you do wish to purchase those STL files at some point. He's a big turtle. And as I always say when I do these 3D prints, I do like to just print them off 100% so that way you guys can see them as they were intended to be made. We have the mage from the same crew here. Very busy, very blingy. And nowhere near as big as his turtle friend. And speaking of turtles, printed up a Comet Lord Turtle Barbarian, and I'm still not 100% sure what's going on with his jaw, if that's actually supposed to be his jaw, if he's wearing armor there. Same thing on the legs, but I just went ahead and painted him up like armor. And I really like that spiky alligator snapping turtle style shell, and he's a big dude as well, even compared to his other turtle friend. And the nice thing about this guy, and just about every single Comet Lord model, is a lot of the human-sized or close to human-sized models always have multiple poses, so if you want to play around with that, they have those options. Speaking of Comet Lord, we have a couple of their Japanese samurai-style Warforged models. One with the big club, one with a big sword. And again, this is a kind of cool little set because they have 4 of each pose and 4 with each of the weapons here. And I think there was actually with a spear as well. So I had a very sloppy job on the back. That's why he was in the fail pile, but came out alright. This one I think came out pretty nice. A little bit better. These were learning experiences, so I figured they deserve some proper treatment. Another Comet Lord model. This is their Goliath Brawler. You can see here I did some mistakes getting his hair all supported as well as his hand. I've gotten better about it, but I figure he's almost there with some paint and me not pointing out those defects. Nobody else is going to know. Again, that's 100% me, and not anything on the modelers themselves. What else we got? Well, we have a leftover Print Your Monsters Dark Elf, but I thought it would be fun trying to print one at 15 millimeters, just because. And we found one of, oh gosh, what's his name? Velorock, I believe, on Thingiverse and Patreon. Has all sorts of funky and interesting character classes and races available for prints. This was one of his lizard folk monks, and he's not a bad print himself, he's just kind of small. And I keep shaking the camera, sorry. As you can see there, he's quite small. Alright, what else? We have another Raging Heroes Thieves Guild here. They're cat folk, cat burglar. Let's see if you can spot the poor print job here. It started to separate on his cloak, her cloak there. Sorry. You can see it splitting there. That was not cool. And then yet another Battle Yak Blighterghast. I forget what the ranged ones are called, but I had a lot of fun with these guys. Of course, the back is not anywhere near as nice looking as the front, and again, that's entirely my fault. I am eagerly looking forward to getting my new LCD screen so I can print all his Space Marine Demon Slayer stuff. And speaking of Space Marines, we have a Black Knight Crusader from Maker's Cult all finished up. I like these guys with their big, heavy trench coat looking robes. I tried doing the helmet differently, but I'm not 100% happy. Or with the marks on the top. To go along with him, we have a sample of their Kronos armor. I believe that was what it was called. If you notice right here, he's got these tubes going down the sides of his shoulders, and it just didn't even print there. I have no idea why. Kronos, obviously being another name for a certain Titan who has a set of armor named after him as well in another game. But I like these huge shoulder pads. Obviously, it's, you know, supposed to be a Terminator proxy. What is it, the Saturnus? If I remember my Terminator units correctly, but I love the big bulky shoulder pads. The only thing I wish is he would have a helmet. But that's just me being nitpicky. So, overall, I feel like, well, we got a lot of stuff painted this week. But to be honest, most of it was probably started in the last 2 or 3. Some of these guys have been sitting in front of me for weeks and weeks. And slowly but surely they got work done to the point where they're finally finished. Although I do have to say that the Riot Quest stuff I did really try to get done as quickly as possible. And now that I have enough fully painted models, I can go ahead and try it. We have some choices in who to use, so all is well there. And there should be some more coming in this week as well. If you're interested in Riot Quest, Privateer Press is currently running a Kickstarter for a new starter for Season 2, their Winter Wasteland or Wonderland or whatever they call it. I don't remember. I'll let you guys take a look. But I'd say that's a pretty decent haul of painted stuff for the week. And hopefully you guys out there are doing the same and getting this stuff all painted. And looking forward to the day that we get to throw it all on the table at each other and lose miserably with terrible dice rolls, because you know they're coming. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.